Hello everyone, myself Vijay Lakshmi Kumbar, working as an assistant professor in Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering Department, PCCOER Rawat. I am presenting a case study for life cycle analysis of mobile phones in order to complete a week 2 assignment for International FDP on Environment and Sustainability organized by D.Y. Patel College of Engineering, Akodi. These are my week 1 video details. YouTube link, number of likes are 7 and number of views are 16. In week 1, the content was what is an electromagnetic radiation. It is the radiation emitted by the cell phones and the adverse effect of cell phone tower radiation on the birds, plants, and environment, and what are the solutions to reduce the carbon dioxide emission, and some guidelines given by the ICNIRP. This is about my week 1 video details. So what is a life cycle analysis, or in short it is called as LCA? It is an approach that estimates the environmental impact of a product or service throughout its life cycle. Here I am taking an example of the product as a cell phone. There are two standards specified by the LCA. The first one is ISO 14040. It defines the principles and frameworks of LCA, and one more ISO standard is 14044. This standard further clarifies the requirement for LCA and guidelines for conducting the LCA. In this picture, we can see the life cycle of a cell phone. The first step is material extraction, material processing, and then it goes for manufacturing, then packaging and transportation, useful life, and then end of the life. So we'll see these cycles step by step. In that first one will take the material extraction and the processing. In extraction and processing, the raw materials must be extracted from the earth and they must be processed before they go to the factories where the mobile phones are constructed. So, in order to extract these materials, this task reduces the amount of natural resources like crude oil, copper, gold, palladium, and silicon. And in addition to the reduction in these natural resources, it also requires the considerable amount of energy and water and generates the pollution and the waste. Here I have considered one example. It is estimated that around 220 pounds of the mine waste is generated to extract the gold for a circuit board of just one cell phone. The next phase is component manufacturing. Uh, in manufacturing the mobile phones will require the different components. In that, the first component is the casing. Casing is nothing but it is a plastic housing that appears as a outer layer of your cell phone. The second component is a screen, which is a LCD. The screen is how the user interfaces with other cell phone users or how the user surfs the internet. And the third component is green board, which contains all of the chips and electronic component that allow the cell phone to function properly. And the second one is fourth component is the keypad, which is made out of the plastic. Of course, it allows the user to dial the phone and input the text messages. And the next component is microphone and the speaker, which allow the user to hear and speak to the callers. And the next one is antenna. This is for better reception. The battery which powers the phone, the adapter to charge the cell phone's battery. So all these components are required in order to manufacture the cell phone. So what is a negative impact here is during the manufacturing process, the workers will be exposed to the toxic metals and the chemicals. So during manufacturing, uh, the following toxic materials are common, that is lead, cadmium, mercury. These are common in the cell phones. And the next phase is transportation. Uh, Transportation is first is to manufacturing plants and then to distributor and then customers. This will generate a negative impact on the environment due to the burning of the fossil fuels. And the next step in the life cycle of cell phone is nothing but installation and the use. Here, one example is given. One cell phone uses the energy equivalent to 32 gallons of gas and it emits 112 kgs of CO2. Okay, in modern cell phone chargers can draw about half a watt of power even when there is no cell phone connected to them. And the next phase is incineration, landfilling or recycling. A study shows that in United States, the average consumer keeps their phone for less than 1 year before getting a new one. So when they replace the phone, they decide they decide whether to recycle it or send it to landfill or incinerator, where toxic substances are get into the soil, water and air. Every year 14 crores of cell phones will make their way into a landfill where they will collectively leach 80 pounds of lead into the earth and groundwater supply of surrounding communities. So here what I conclude is over the last decade, the number of cell phone users are increasing drastically. 60% of the Earth population are now cell phone subscriber. There are more cell phones in the world than the population of United States. These cell phones contain the material that are harmful to the environment and hence classified as a hazardous waste. In order to reduce the number of cell phones that potentially end up in landfills, society should focus on reusing and recycling as many phones as possible. So, reusing and recycling would be a positive step. If this step is taken, then less energy will be required in order to create the new cell phone and extract the natural resources. Apple iPhone is the most environmental friendly device as stated by ISO 14000 and Environmental Management Standards ISO 14040 and 14044. So the cell phone should be recycled, reused, and authorities should try extract as much as they can and avoid the landfilling of cell phones which also contaminates the soil. Thank you.